Good morning. Welcome to Coffee and Cookies. My name is Lindsay, and this is a fabulous show about life, leadership, parenting, positivity, and the best part are the tangents that we get from our audiences on YouTube and Facebook. So if you want to be a part of those tangents and comments and interactions with us during the show, go to our Facebook and YouTube channels. We go live every day, every work day. Not holidays.
Yeah, just every workday.
Or weekends. Just work days.
Just workdays.
At 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. So go ahead and go follow and like those pages so that you can get notified every time we go live. Today is sponsored by Social Media Torch, creating content on purpose and for a purpose. Go learn more about social media's firestorms at their website, www.socialmediatorch.com. Good morning, Nick. He was ready and he's not ready. And Nick,
I was ready. I know. So good morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nick. Welcome to the Coffee and Cookies Morning Show. Let me pull my mic down a little bit. That was a little loud there. And Lindsay, you did great with the opening today.
Oh, thank you.
You did great with the opening today. Oh, Nolan's already in the comments. Good morning, stud. How you doing, brother? And just here we go, right? If you're like, hey, where are these comments at? These comments are on YouTube. These comments are on Facebook. Come join us. Just search Coffee and Cookies Morning Show. Come join us over there. If you're over here on LinkedIn, this is our first live stream onto LinkedIn. I'm going to say good morning in the comments here shortly. But it is, let's do a little split screen action. So thank you guys for joining us. A little split screen action, a little lower third action. Look at that. It's almost like we're professional. We know, almost like we know what we're doing here.
We've done this a time or two.
Just, but LinkedIn was like, hey, come be a LinkedIn creator. And I was like, let's do it. And then it was, maybe we should hold off to say, hey, good morning, Dad. How you doing there, boss man? Let's make sure that we have YouTube locked down, Facebook locked down, and now we're going to start streaming onto LinkedIn because why not? Why not? And hey, if you're on my personal profile, come on over to the Coffee and Cookies Facebook channel. Don't just watch on my personal profile because I'm not watching the comments there.
Yep.
Lindsay maybe, but I'm not.
I'm not.
You're not. Okay.
I am on our page.
So,
yes.
I woke up today and I really thought today was Saturday.
I'm so glad you woke up today.
I'm glad I woke up today too. I'm very glad I woke up today too. But I really thought today was Saturday because yesterday was my daughter's last day of school. And I rolled over and I was like, oh, it's 6:30. It's 6:30.
Like, everybody's still sleeping. This is fabulous. Wait a minute.
Yes. This is, oh goodness. Here we go. So it's it was a bit of entertainment, just getting. It was actually a very quiet morning because I didn't have to get my daughters up. I didn't have to, because I always pick up my daughters and I carry them downstairs. I love carrying them. It makes them feel special.
It's like snuggle time.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
And today it was just like, oh, I don't have to go upstairs. Oh, I don't have to pick them up. And lo and behold, I'm getting my breakfast ready and I turn around and there's my 6-year-old. She's like, hi, Dad. I got up when you did. And I'm like, why didn't you do this all of school? Why is it now that school's over that you just... Woohoo, wake up.
Like the weekends.
It's like the weekends.
Like the kids are up at the before the sun gets up. And I'm like, why can't you do this during the week when I need you out of bed? And it's like,
right.
But during the week, I'm like pulling you off pulling the blanket off of you, pulling your feet out of bed.
Right.
Yes.
All right. Yes. So I'm going through real quick. I'm going to say hello to everyone on here.
So, funny story.
Okay. You want to know what? Let's hear your story.
I have a joke.
Oh, we're jokes first. Okay.
It's about the days.
It's about the days. Okay. I'm listening.
It's about some good days. So, Nick, what are the strongest days?
I don't know. Monday.
Ready?
Yes.
Saturday and Sunday. The rest are weekdays.
That was so cheesy. That was so cheesy. But you want to what? I'll take it. That was good. That was cheesily good.
Yeah. Those
the
are my
rest of the
favorite.
days are weekdays. That's good. Oh my goodness. Okay, so before we got the show started, I've been doing some Bible study stuff, and it's been really focused on John Maxwell. I did not realize that my Bible study was going to lead me in that direction. So I'm doing, and I'll just show it to you on camera real quick. It's a John Maxwell, Developing the Leader Within You 2.0, and it's on the Bible app. Okay, it's on the Bible app. Oh, you get the ring light.
What Bible app?
Shoo. There we go. Okay.
What Bible app?
The Bible app on your iPhone.
There's several.
No, there's one Bible app. There's one Bible. It's a Bible. Bible. It's the Holy Bible app. I didn't know there was more than one. I only know of one.
Are you talking about the YouVersion Bible?
No, the
It's the YouVersion Bible.
You want to know what? We're going off on tangents. Bring it back
Anyway,
over here.
yeah.
So I'm doing the John Maxwell thing.
Yep.
And what I didn't realize was how much John Maxwell talks about margin. And let me take that a step further, right? There's someone else in my life that always talks about margin. You want to know who that is?
I know who that is.
Pastor Keith.
Oh, I was going to say someone else.
Who are you going to say?
Ernesto.
Ernesto, another very great individual, right? And it's very interesting because now I'm learning, but now I feel like I'm learning who they were learning from, right? I'm starting to read the materials that they're reading. And I feel like I'm kind of like leveling up in life over here because it's like, oh, I'm learning from this individual. Okay. Oh, who did they learn from? Like Eric Thomas. Like, he's a great speaker, right? Like one of the people I really enjoy listening to.
I love Eric Thomas.
And who does he reference a lot now? Now that I'm reading John Maxwell stuff, it's John Maxwell stuff.
And it just but I would never put Eric Thomas and John Maxwell in the same.
They've been in the same room multiple times.
I'm sure they have. But when I think about their styles, they're very different styles. So Eric took what John Maxwell was teaching and he's shifted it to reach a different demographic.
To reach his demographic, to reach people that resonate with him.
Yep.
Absolutely. As you should. Like if I sit here and I can take John Maxwell's information and I can nickaphrase it. Right? I can put it into terminology that reaches my demographics. Right? And but here we go. You just always have to make sure that you give credit.
Right.
Like if I sit here and I start talking about Eric Thomas, or I start repeating things I've heard by Eric Thomas or Dr. Billy Alsbrooks or Pastor Keith, I make sure to go, okay, this is a nickaphrase. Here's the original. Go that direction, right? At least till I felt. Good morning, sweet wife. How are you doing this morning? At least until I am in a position that I can not just take their information and be nickaphrasing it per se, but I can start to actually create my own version of it, right? Like
Pastor Keith has his leadershipologies.
There you go.
Which I'm sure
Perfect example.
Which are based off of the leaders that he was around, and Pastor Keith phrased it.
There you go. A nickaphrase. That's great. Love that, Nolan. Love it. But it's like eventually, like I've created a course called Gears of Gaining a Client, right? And it's just taking a lot of different marketing stuff that I've just internalized and said, oh, well, here's how I explain it. Does it still talk about funnels and this stuff and analytics and clicks and impressions and math? Yes, but this is how I explain it, and this is what resonates with my audience.
Right.
Right.
Good morning, Thomas. So glad you're joining.
Thomas Prisco in the house.
So what did you learn from John Maxwell this morning about margin?
You want to know what? It's funny. It's funny because during our conversation about margin, I like how you fed me only to feed it right back to you. That was good.
What are you talking about?
You're going through a Bible study right now, and you picked up the book, and the book was talking about
margin.
Creating margin. And
But
what do you
say it that way?
Well, okay, so talk about your Bible study. And then we'll bring it back to John Maxwell.
Yeah. So I started a Bible study this week, involuntarily, voluntoldly.
You were voluntold to do it.
Which I think, she's like, this is the book we're doing and it's going to be great. It's only 5 weeks long. I'm like, oh, yeah, I can do this. Like
you can do anything for 5 weeks.
I can do anything. I can do anything. You can do anything.
For 5 weeks.
But it was like, man, I probably should read this book because it's got a good title on it. That was what was really like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Is that where it's at?
Yeah. So the book is by Priscilla Shirer.
Okay.
Do you know that person?
I have no idea who that person is, but keep going.
She is the actor in War Room, who actually, like, that movie's based off of her book, War Room. Okay. And she has a lot of Bible studies out there. I've done her study before, and it was a different study, and it was so good. I love Priscilla Shirer's stuff. It's so genuine, and it just gets you critically thinking. And the study is called Breathe.
Okay.
And it's so funny because I tell my kids to breathe all the time.
You do.
Take a deep breath.
There you go.
But how often in life do we as the adult, because we know better, we're like, we're fine. Like, we're fine. Just keep pushing through. We're fine. Mm-hmm. And we forget to breathe. So I'm like, okay, God, I hear you. I'm going to breathe. I'm going to do this study. It's going to be great. And the whole, she like goes into, she wrote this little note at the beginning, and it's about how she wanted a simpler life. This whole study came about because she wanted a simpler life. So she traded suburban city life for country life. And she's like, I thought it would just find me. But you know what found me? All the stuff that I'd filled my life in suburbia with.
Ooh.
It found me in the country. It wasn't like this.
You couldn't escape.
Cross this line.
There
and
you
it was
go.
Totally different.
Right.
So it's going to be a good study. I'm excited. Getting more excited now that I've read part of the study.
that you've read the. You want to congratulations to you for actually reading the book that you're doing a Bible study with. So let's actually dive into that for a little bit, okay? So we're going to combine what you're talking about with what I'm learning from John Maxwell. Mm-hmm. And John Maxwell talks about creating white space into your calendar. Mm-hmm. And he says the target is to have 20% of your day free time. And I would suggest that you do that every day. Mm-hmm. So what that translates into is 16 if you're up for 16 hours a day. So you actually sleep for 8 hours, you have 16 hours left. Creating margin means that you're going to leave 3 hours and 12 minutes of unscheduled time every day. So what I did is I come over here and I take out my full focus planner, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, 3 hours.
Inside the full focus planner, you have like your ideal week where you get to schedule everything out as how you would want it to be.
And I like my days to be consistent. So all I do is I fill out Monday, and then if I edit things, I do like Tuesday. I do my edits throughout the rest of the day. I don't use it how it's actually planned, right? But that's okay. So, but I go through here and I'm like, where am I going to find 3 hours?
Right. And still get enough sleep at night.
No. Seriously. No, I'm getting my 8 hours of sleep because on the full focus planner, it has from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. That's 16 hours. And I'm sitting here going, where am I going to find 3 hours of unscheduled time? Now, unscheduled time, that's not work time. That's not family time. That is me time.
Could y'all imagine 3 hours every day of me time?
And that's what this is. This
like,
whole episode.
I feel blessed when I get an hour.
Seriously, like 3 hours a day. Okay, so then you take this a step further. Okay, you take this a step further, and it says, oh, what that means is that you need 22 and a half hours of unscheduled every week. That's a full day. Mm-hmm. Okay, then. Take it a step further. The margin by month is 6 total days. So throughout the next month, even though you're off on the weekends, but that's family time, that's scheduled time, that's church time, that's everything going on, I need you to figure out 6 days of you time.
Amber, want to go on a trip?
No trip.
Why?
6 hours of you time.
Yeah, I'm gonna schedule a trip with my girls, and we're gonna not do anything. We're gonna not schedule anything there. We're just gonna do whatever we want.
Okay, now here we go, right? Let's take this a step further. 6 days, that's 72 days a year.
That's crazy.
That's 2.5 months. So here we go. Are you ready? What this is saying is what he's saying is, if you're a high impact doer, if you're a high energy doer, this can be very difficult. And the reason why is because you're finding stuff, you're finding, what's it called? I'm looking for it.
Activity.
You're finding busyness to fill your schedule instead of, I'm going to focus on me. I'm going to put my phone down. I'm going to turn off work. I'm going to turn off family. I'm going to turn off this news. Okay. I'm going to turn off all the distractions, and I'm just going to focus on me. And that hit me like a brick. That absolutely hit me like a brick. Good morning, Linda. Good morning, Missy. That hit me like a brick because I like being busy. I like working things. I am a doer. Yeah. Okay. But now what they say is for you to translate into managing, from managing into leadership, you have to learn to prioritize, get rid of the busyness so you can prioritize on what actually creates movement in your day. And I was just like, ow, I felt so called out. I felt so called out. It was just like, man, like I do busy. I do busy really well. And it's so easy. It's so easy with this thing, right? Because you could pick this up and you can do busy. And busy could be YouTube. Busy could be research. Busy could be reading. It's so easy to get so distracted where you're not focused on yourself. And he ends it with, few things give leaders great return on as good priorities. That's why I say this is a key to leadership. So if you can learn to master this, what will happen, because you're focused on you, you're able to reevaluate your priorities. You're getting rid of the busyness. And therefore, what you do carries more impact throughout the day because it's more intentional.
So you have this 3-hour period, right? What you just don't do anything? You say focus on yourself. Well, what does that mean?
That could mean
anything. Focus
on yourself. What how do you better yourself, right? And I'm sure they're going to elaborate further on this later, but here we go, right? You're getting rid of the busyness. You're getting rid of the distractions. You're turning off the news. You're turning off the YouTube. You're turning off the Netflix. You're turning off things that will distract you so you can focus in on you. And maybe that is reading a book. Maybe that is going on a date with the girls, right? Maybe that is creating relationships. But what are you doing to better impact your life so that you can prioritize your life better? 90% of people, 90% plus of people don't prioritize their lives. They're busy. They're busy. They believe they're getting things done, but they do not prioritize their lives.
Or they always feel like they don't have enough time to get everything done.
Girl, preach it right now. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time.
Yep.
Well, wait a second. Did you wake up in the morning? It's so funny. There's this guy I used to work for. His name is Scott Yarbrough. And he told me, he goes, every morning I wake up and I write down the top 10 things I need to get done today.
Ooh.
And then I work my day around getting those top 10 things done. And it was just like, that is a great idea.
That actually
that right there just kind of stung you.
That kind of intimidates me.
That intimidates you.
Well, yeah, because wake up and have 10 things that makes, man, I don't know about y'all, but when I wake up, my brain is not running at 100% to know the 10 things that I need to get done that day.
So that's how he was raised.
Huh.
He was raised. You get up, you write down your what do you need to get done today, and then you work your day around it. That's how he was raised.
That's so funny because a lot of people like me, it's more of, okay, what's in my schedule and what can I fit in between there?
There you go.
So it's totally a different perspective.
It is a different perspective. It really is. No, Thomas, you're absolutely right. People use that time for the wrong reason. You're right. And you definitely, absolutely. When I'm talking about this 3 hours, it's positive me time, right? Absolutely. Nolan working on the truck, that's his me time, right? He's focusing on him, but he's also doing something he enjoys. This is Oh, it's so funny. Linda's talking about, go and just take a drive to East Texas to her campsite. It's quiet and peaceful. You want to know what, Linda? Do you guys actually have like RVs or that people can rent out like that? Because I'm not buying an RV to come visit. I'm not buying an RV, Linda. It's just not going to happen. But if you already have one.
Nick and Amber don't camp.
No, we glamp. My wife does not do camping. We do the glamping. My wife requires a running shower and a comfy bed. It's just that's Amber.
Yeah.
And that's not going to change. And I'm perfectly okay with that because that means that I have the ultimate excuse for glamping. It's my wife. It's my wife's fault.
Yep. Wow. I don't. Yeah. I've done everything from glamping to roughing it.
We're not going to talk about your camping escapades.
We're not.
We're not. So here we go, right? Going back to Scott.
Yes.
Understanding that mentality.
How do you get your brain to even be? Yeah, go ahead.
Well, no. And here we go. I'm not, maybe you don't get up and you immediately do that, right? Like this is something that he's been doing for years.
Right.
Okay. This is something that was taught to him at a young age. He's wired this way now. Like that's his default. That's his default now.
And now people that don't have that default, you're building a new default. So it takes some time.
So maybe you write out your list over breakfast. Maybe you write out your list and then insert that time, right? Maybe you're like, you want to know what? I'm not even thinking straight till I have my coffee. Okay. So I'm going to get up. I'm going to brush my teeth. I'm going to get my clothes. I'm going to go sit down. I'm going to have a little breakfast and then I'm going to have my coffee. And then I shall create my list. But at least you create a process that now you can hold yourself accountable to. It's so funny. Like this process right here, like at first I was like, oh, yeah. And then I pulled it out and I was like, okay, wake up at 5 a.m. Okay, wake up at 5 a.m. And I keep reading this over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And now it's like, okay, I need to start doing this.
I was going to say, what time did you get up today, Nick?
I got up. My alarm went off. My alarm went off. My alarm sounded at 5 o'clock. And I was like, all right, I got some time because I went to bed late. And the next thing I know, my 6:30 alarm clock went off. I was like, oh, it's 6:30. We're good. It's a work day. And then yeah. Yep. Oh. Okay, Amber's in the comments over here. Oh, Amber does not do bugs. None of my kids do bugs. You want to know what, Linda? That is a great. I do believe, Linda. Can you put the actual address of your campsite in the comments for us, please?
Where is Linda?
So she's in an area, Big
No.
Sandy.
Like, where are her comments? I can't see them.
Oh, it's on my Facebook profile. I have that open too.
Hey,
I
Linda,
have all of the comments. I have all the comments.
Will you come join us on the coffee
Lindsay's
and
feeling
cookies
left
page?
out.
Yeah.
You want to know what? I will drop the link later and invite her to come over and watch it over there.
Awesome.
Yes. I'm getting growled at. Y'all just saw that happen, right? I need help. Okay. So let's talk about building defaults. Not Amber. You're definitely not Amber.
I'm not. No, I'm Lindsay. Hi.
You're Lindsay. Lindsay,
Nice to meet
what
you.
is your morning routine?
Probably hit snooze too many times.
Right?
And then get woken up, like get pulled out of bed by my daughter.
So Lexi, okay.
Lexi runs and operates like my husband.
Really?
Yes.
Amber, it is Harmony RV Resort, but I don't know what the address is off the top of my head.
So my husband, I think I'm actually rubbing off on him because he's been hitting his snooze too a couple times. I just need to stop hitting my snooze button. So I actually turned off my phone last night because my phone was acting up, and didn't have an alarm this morning. But so get out of bed, get ready, make breakfast, eat my breakfast in the car.
Why do you eat your breakfast in the car, Lindsay?
Because that's just what I've done for my entire life.
Life. It's your default.
Yeah. Because I grew up in the country and it was a 30-minute drive to anywhere. So
just might as well eat in the car.
might
No
as well.
point. You
I'd
gotta
rather
do
have
something.
30 minutes of extra sleep than sit at the breakfast table and eat my breakfast.
And plan your
when
day.
I can eat in the car.
And plan your day.
Yeah, totally.
Like we don't teach that. We just don't. Like London's getting to the point where she's writing now. What if it was London? Hey, when we get up in the morning, here's Daddy's list of what we're going to do today. Here's Mommy's list of what she's going to do today. Where's London's list of what she's going to do today? And get her a little binder so she can start writing this out. Like Amber, if you're watching right now, like this is something I would like to start doing. Like, can we get up as a family and go, hey, we're going to get up. I'll make the coffee. I'll make coffee. Okay. If you want coffee, let's have some breakfast and then let's write down. Here we go. You ready? 3 things that we want to get done today. Not 10. Let's just start with 3.
I would actually okay, so my brain, and I think Amber's brain
hurts.
In the morning, yes, it hurts. But we I got a second win last night at 10:30. Yeah, I made lasagna at 10 o'clock last night.
Did you bring some?
No.
Oh, vicious.
But I'm I'm just working away in the kitchen, and that's just I would rather write out my list the night before.
Okay.
And review it in the morning to help get my mindset
there you go.
I remember I have to do these things.
There you go. I love it. I love it. Yeah. If that's what works for you, that's the way you're wired. Great. But at least you chose to make a list. Right. Like, I'm not saying it has to be one way or another. At least choose, hey, at night before I go to bed, I'm making my list for the next day. Or I'm going to wake up in the morning, I'm making my list for the day. Right? Like, it doesn't matter which way you're doing it. I guarantee you, 90% of the people who are listening to this don't even create a list. You want to know what? If Gene is watching, if Gene Burks is watching, I know he makes a list. I know he's making a list. Family of 5 are we talking about a family 5 a.m. sit down? Amber, so my 5 a.m. does not work. Does not work.
Her growly face and
So 5 a.m. works for Nick. 5 a.m. is not going to work for Amber. So Amber's like, okay, let's make a list the night before. I'm actually really good with that. And so here we go, right? Like how do I'm giving you an example. How does Nick implement this into his household? Because we can talk about this all day. How are we going to implement? So every night before the kids go to bed, we pick out their clothes for the next day.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, that's actually. So I actually waste time in the morning if I don't have my clothes picked out.
Right.
I waste time standing in front of my closet being like, what am I going to wear today? What am I going to wear? But this morning, like last night, I'm like, I'm going to pick this and this and this because I had my second wind.
There you go. And so if we're picking our clothes out with our kids, maybe getting them a little binder or something. Hey, what are the 3 things that we're going to accomplish? Or a whiteboard. Amber,
I actually love the idea of individual whiteboards.
Yes.
Everybody has their own whiteboard that magnetizes to the fridge.
Yeah, nothing's getting put on my fridge. I like my fridge very clean.
But that's not true. You have stuff all over your fridge.
No, my wife has stuff all over my fridge. Nick does not have anything on that fridge.
Or like putting it on your dream board. Putting it on your dream board. And having that during dinner, like we do family dinners. We do not have our phones. I'm like pointing. Sorry, y'all. I have my pen in the camera.
Audience would be like, why are you pointing so much? What you doing, girl?
But having family dinner time being like, hey, how did your day go in accomplishing your goals today? Like, how did you do in accomplishing your goals?
I like this.
And we usually do, which we got from you guys, a win of the day.
There we go.
So how did you do accomplishing your goals? See, I picked up my pen again. I cannot have that. How did you do accomplishing your goals, and what was your win?
So now we've created a planning session. Okay. In the morning, we're going to brief on the things that we want to get done today. We're going to review them. Then we're going to execute, we're going to implement, get those things done. And at dinner, we're going to review them. I love our debrief. Like you
I've
literally,
heard this before.
you literally took the P-bed from that James Murphy teaches in Flawless Execution, and you just helped me implement it into the household. This is a course. This is a literal course of how to get your household all moving in the same direction. Lindsay needs to get on that.
For sure.
And then I want to teach it. I love the strategy. Let's do it. I'll write out the formula and the text on it. I need you to make it pretty because Nick does not make things pretty. Nick does not. Like, do not hire me. I'm going to be flat out honest. Do not hire me to make things pretty. Strategy? Yes. Planning? Yes. Text? Of course. Pretty? No. I write the text and you make my text pretty.
I do.
You do. Yeah. I have you check things before they get published.
You want things made pretty, you got to hire Lindsay.
There you go. That's why people like, yes, see, even Angelina agrees. All right, ladies and gents, boys and girls, it's Thursday. We're going to get things done today. Why? Because we're going to leave a little bit early today. That's the goal. And I have a phone call with Google. So, I got to make sure I budget that time. And so we love you guys. Thank you guys for being in the comments. If you're listening on our podcast or you're listening on my personal Facebook profile, come on over and join us over on our Coffee and Cookies pages. And I'll actually drop the comment. I'll actually drop the page right there. Okay, come join us over there, okay? Because that's where the majority of the comments happen. That's where we have our community growing. And it's also on YouTube. All right, that we have our community growing on YouTube. Yep. So that's where we're at. All right, come join us over there. So we love you guys. All right, you guys being in the comments allows us to pray positive over you, pray blessings over you, and hey, we also want your prayers as well. So just know that we accept them. It's not like, hey, Nick, I want to pray for you. I'm be like, no, don't do that. No, you want to pray for me? I need it. I got Lindsay. Lindsay was growly this morning. Okay.
What? No. Lindsay got to the office first today.
I know. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
The first time in like forever.
Wow.
Oh, Angelina, don't even. You're the one who gets to come in late every day. So we love you guys. Thank you guys for joining us. We have an event coming up on
the 3rd, June 3rd.
June 3rd. What is it?
It is meet and greet with cappuccinos and cannolis. This is totally impromptu. Yeah.
Cannolis and cappuccinos.
We're going to have cannolis and cappuccinos at Pizzeria Testa, which is in Frisco Square. So if you're in the Frisco, Texas area, we would love to meet you and hang out with you June 3rd, which is Friday night.
Correct.
At 7 p.m. So 7 to 9, we're going to have that time.
And if you're like, why did you guys do it so late? It's so we miss the rush.
Yeah.
We've been there at 6 o'clock. It's an hour to 2 hour wait.
Yep.
So we're gonna go show up at 7. We're gonna have some cappuccinos, some cannolis. It's gonna be greatness. And
the other reason is because we prioritize our family, and our kids go to bed at 7:30. So we're only missing like 30 minutes with our kids instead of like 2 hours.
There you go.
So yeah.
Love it. So, hey, we love you guys. Thank you guys for joining us today. Make sure that you
rise up
and crush it.
Bye y'all.